Alright, YouTube. Um, I was going through YouTube today and found something very interesting, a unique tool. And this is it. Center shot gauge for a bow. Alright, you can purchase the laser center shot gauges for, however much. I think they're roughly $100. And, they're nice to have and neat, but why not make one for under $5? And that's what I've done. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, hardware store, whatever you want. Buy you 3/16 steel rod. This is actually a plated steel rod. It cost I think like $2.65 for the rod. You may even have something laying around. As you can see, it comes in 3-foot lengths. Well, it comes in 3 foot and longer. 3 foot was the shortest. I didn't need 3 foot, but oh well. And you need an O-ring. It's 3/16 ID rubber O-ring, and some brass fittings, plumbing fittings. And those of you mechanically inclined already know how to do it just by looking at it. It's very simple. You set your desired length. I think mine maybe 9 inches. We'll measure it here just for giggles. Oh, about 5.5. 5.5 inches long. And the rest of the rod is 18 inches. And what I did is I bent my 90 right there. Took a square, made sure it was exactly 90 degrees. Bent that, measured my desired length for the rod, which was 18 inches. Cut it. I used a Dremel tool to cut it with. If you don't have a Dremel tool, hacksaw will work just fine. Just takes a little bit of work. And I got a brass cap for plumbing. I would say it looks, we'll measure it, but I believe it's slightly over a 1/2 inch. I think it's for 1/2 inch pipe. They sell them at the hardware store. I think it's like $1.30. The O-ring was 99 cents a tooth. And the cap is the same as that. It just screws to the top of it. It was like $1.50. Basically, you drill your hole through the cap. As you can see, it got all centered a little bit, but we all can't be perfect, but it's close enough. You drill it all the way through, straight through, slide it on your rod, and then tighten it down. And it's, finger tight enough to hold it in place. And, you tighten it down, put it on your riser, like so, and then measure where your string is. Make sure it's flat on the flat place of your riser, and that is obviously flat enough. And once you adjust this O-ring to where your bowstring is, which that's where mine is, that's pretty close, so maybe you could do a shorter sweeping bend. And then you flip it over, knock you an arrow, and flip it facing that way. So you would actually have it on the riser like that, this part, or you could use this part, whichever one. It's up to you. Just don't loosen this. This will be always a constant right here. And you put it over your arrow, and say that's your arrow, and you want it to split the arrow dead center. Sorry, I'm a little shaky there, guys. If it's that way, you need to move your arrow rest to the left. If it's that way, you move it to the right. Adjust it. And that's as simple as it gets. I figured up the cost of it. It was right at $5, give or take a penny or two. Very simple tool. easy to do bow maintenance, bow tuning on it instead of carrying it to somebody who's going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. And it's also easier and cheaper to make. Took me all of 3 minutes to make this thing, if that. Longest part was actually drilling the holes through the brass. And that's it. I mean, only tools you need is something to bend this with. I actually had a tubing bender that had 3/16 on it, so I bent that. You slide the O-ring on, and a 3/16 drill bit and drill it, and a hacksaw or Dremel or something to cut that with. You can even grind the end smooth if you want to, and take a rubber cap and put on there. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to leave them, and as always, see you on the next one.